Hi folks, I'm here with Black Wizards from Portugal. Friedrich gonna give some more introduction.
Hello people, yes, like Jan said, we are in the presence of the Black Wizards. They were announced as a stoner metal band. We will hear if they agree with that description. So welcome Black Wizards. Is it possible to introduce yourself to the world, please?
Yes, we are the Black Wizards from Portugal. We are not a stoner metal band. We are a psychedelic rock band with blues, stoner and metal influences, I guess. But we are just a mix of music and we play rock music, I guess. Yeah, and I mean, we started the band back in 2014. Me and another guitar player, and then Elena came in the band. We started playing together for a couple of time, and then we met Jose. Like he plays in other bands also, from the scene in Portugal. So we all met, like playing shows together and going to the same places. And yeah, then we started playing, the three of us, and we haven't recorded an album with this formation yet, but we recorded 3 albums. The last one is called Reflections. It's from 2019, right before the pandemic came. Then we have the second one was What the Fuzz. And the very first one, Lake of Fire. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Some interruption by me. I have to thank Friedrich to know you because we listened to you in the car a few months ago going to another concert. So I was quite amazed. So I'm happy to see you here live. To make it maybe easier for the viewers, just your first name and function in the band. Maybe it's quite obvious, but people who didn't know you yet.
Yeah, I'm Joana and I play guitar.
I'm Elena and I play drums.
My name is Jose and I play electric bass.
Yeah, and so now a question that I would have asked. What are your direct influences? So you told already the style, but what are bands that inspire you? Or maybe other things that inspire you, like films or comics or whatever?
You can.
Well, I guess when we started the band, we listened a lot to like 70s rock music. You know, like all the hippie movement, psychedelic rock, blues, Cream, Jimi Hendrix, a lot of those things. Black Sabbath, of course, obviously. Yeah, but right now all of us have grown a lot more and we have different influences. That's why our albums also sound really different from each other, because we have different inputs from different things and experiences also.
Okay. I just have a question because your sound is obviously inspired by psychedelic music. It's also very melodic. I hear influence from even 80s and 90s bands, like for instance in the 80s you had the Dark Side, I don't know if you know it. In the 90s you had like the Warlocks, and I see a continuation, but with your band it's different in the sense that I sense a lot of energy also, and like you said, you have been influenced by bands like Black Sabbath, so I can, and Jose plays a bit like Motorhead, like Lemmy, so you have your spectrum is very, very wide, I think. And how did that came about? Because that's not so obvious for me.
Well, I don't know, really. I mean, yeah, like I said before, we have different influences, and then, I mean, everyone has their own like stamp in the band, and one of us maybe is a bit more psychedelic, the other one is a bit more rock, the other one likes moderated a lot. Then it like you mix everything together in a box, and then it comes out as something that it's nothing but everything, I guess.
So every member has his input in the band.
Yeah, exactly. I write the songs mostly, but some other songs, it depends. Like some songs we just like jam in the room and we see what happens. So everyone has their own contribute to.
And you write the lyrics, Johanna?
Yeah, yes.
And what inspires you lyric-wise?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's basically things that I experience. It's very personal thoughts. It's nothing really. I mean, it's nothing really political, or sometimes it can be, but it's mostly like just deep thoughts that I have to myself and about things that I experience.
And are the lyrics direct, or is it rather vague, or how should I see that?
Yeah, I hope that they are quite vague, because I think I want people to like I don't know, take their own interpretation over my songs and like my lyrics. I mean, and like to have like their own per se, I don't know, their own thought about what that means for them.
Okay, and how important are the lyrics for you? I mean, some bands they focus on the music and the lyrics is something additional. Is it like this for you, or is it different?
No, I think the lyrics are really important because it makes it like more genuine, and like I guess you like it's good for me to have something to say, you know, like I have something to say, so I feel like the lyrics are helping out to like come out more in that sense, like to say something about, I don't know, to express myself. It's easier to do it with the lyrics also and not only with the instrumental.
So to summarize, we should read the lyrics, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, if you want to.
Jan is going to ask you another question.
Yeah. So now we are here at Roots and Roses Fest. I saw a really awesome concert of you. What do you think about your own concerts? Maybe more of you can answer. And what do you think about the fest yourself, the setting up, how you are received here by the organization?
You said what we think about our concert. It was really cool as a morning show. It was the best morning sport we could have today. We usually go run every day, even when we are on tour. We go the three together for a run in the park, and but today we had to skip the running to go straight on stage and rock, and it was amazing. I always love it when we start the concert with a good morning instead of a good evening. And about the festival, so far it's been great. We just arrived, you know. We arrived, we went for breakfast, and then we went for stage. But it's great. It's been very cool, and I mean we've been here for like 3 hours since today, and we already met so many people coming say they love the show and they love the energy. So I think we are on a good way to have a great day and a great night.
Helena, do you have something to add to this wonderful description by Jose?
No, Jose actually tell everything. Yeah.
I photographed the concert. I didn't forget the drummer. Most people forget the drummer. I get the drummer also. I get all of you. About here, we're here in Siena. It's not that far from Mucron, and you have to know something about Mucron. Something very special. You're going to be very surprised. In the year '67, you talk about psychedelic music. You talk about the 60s, 70s. Jimi Hendrix played here a concert in a very small venue, and the evening of the same day he went to play a concert in Paris. So we are very honored that he played here so close by. I was unlucky, I was -3 years old, so I couldn't get it. But what do you think about Jimi Hendrix and about this fact?
I didn't know about that, actually. I think that's pretty amazing. But well, of course, Jimi Hendrix has been a big influence for when we started the band, for me as a guitar player, of course. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is an influence for most of the people anyway, so I don't have so much to add to that.
Yeah, maybe from each one of you, what are your personal influences as musician for yourself? So each one. Yeah, afterwards, yeah.
Well, yeah, I started listening a lot to Black Sabbath, so that's obviously a big influence for me. Yeah, then Jimi Hendrix and Cream was also a big influence. And then actually, when I started the band, I listened a lot to White Stripes. That was really like a big influence for the music I do now. Not exactly music-wise, but the way that they like get in and the power and everything. But yeah, nowadays I listen to a lot of different things, not only rock music, but I like music that it's good. So.
Yeah, my favorite drummer of all times, maybe it's. I forgot the name. Como é que se chama? Sei lá.
Que banda que era?
É dos Cream.
Jack Bruce.
Ginger Baker. Yeah. Yeah, it's Ginger Baker. And yeah, the bands that I like, yes, of course, Jimi Hendrix and Black Sabbath too, Cream, of course, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
I mean, as you might guess, I love Motorhead, and I started with Black Sabbath and Pink Floyd, like most of us. When I know these two girls for a long time, although I just play with them for the last 3 years. But when we met together, we were all into the psychedelic scene, and there were other also newer bands apart from the classics, like Radio Moscow and Graveyard and bands like that. At least for me, they took a huge role in showing me that there was still people making amazing psychedelic rock music in the nowadays and making new music, you know. And that had a huge influence on actually wanting to have a band and play it. But of course, if I go talk about in a general way, it's mostly Motorhead, of course. It's very important.
And then a bit in the same vein, but it doesn't have to be direct influence. Suppose you're on a desert island, you don't have internet, no radio, nothing, only a record player, and you can only take on the desert island 3 albums. Which 3 albums you will take with you? It doesn't have to necessarily be influences, can be something that you just like. Maybe a short answer, because they're gonna start some noise there.
Well, maybe I would say I would take Beatles, maybe Sgt. Pepper's. I really like the new Courtney Barnett album, Things Take Time, Take Time. I think that would be a good one for Desert Island. And maybe I would take Black Sabbath.
So for me, it will be Jimi Hendrix, Band of Gypsies, Cream, The Wheels of Fire, and Nasty Gal by Betty Davis.
I think I would not take any Motorhead album with me, because if I had nothing else to do, I would destroy the island in 1 week listening to Motorhead. So it would be Pink Floyd Metal, which is a great psychedelic album. Then also Neil Young Harvest, which is an album I really like and tells a lot to me and is very cool. And when I wanted to really destroy the island, I would start with Iggy Pop and the Stooges, Raw Power, because I think it's a really great album and has the energy of what a rock album must have, I believe.
Maybe let's close the interview. Maybe last question by Frederick. Very short and very short answer, because we're gonna have noise there.
Yeah. I was wondering, what did you make to pick up or to start playing an instrument? Because I'm a big fan of music, but I have no talent at all to play. But how did it came about that you started playing music? That's something. What gave you the spark?
I actually have no fancy answer for that. It was pretty simple for me. I mean, I don't really remember how it started. It was just my sister used to listen to a lot of grunge records, like really loud, and that was like a big trigger for me. And then I just started to want to play drums at first, but then my mother didn't let me play drums, so then I was like, okay, then I want to play electric guitar, and that was it. I was really young, I think, when I started like wanting to play in a band. It was like straight when I started to play guitar, I was like, yeah, I want to play guitar because I want to have a band, and that was it.
It came naturally. You didn't
Yeah.
ask any questions.
No.
How was it for you?
So for me, at first, with 6 years old, my parents want me to play guitar and sing, but I have no talent to sing and to guitar either. So with 10 years old, I said to my parents that I want to play drums, and yeah, that's it, because I really love that instrument, and I hope to keep playing that instrument all of my rest of my life.
Since a child, I grew up with the 3 girl cousins, and they were all the time singing at home, and so I like it to sing a lot. And as I grew up a bit, I still like it to sing, but I needed some music to follow it. And then the guitar was the easiest thing to play on the side and sing, and that was it. And then I found out that you could plug the guitar, make it electric, and then boom.
Okay, I'm afraid it's gonna be all for now because they're gonna start some noise. Guys, give them a follow. Black Wizards from Portugal. Follow them on social media. Buy their albums. Follow them on Spotify, whatever, plateau. Buy this album. Yes. Our interview here is done for Jan Vervaeke YouTube, for Dump Magazine, and also for musica.be. So follow us also, and thank you very much for giving us the interview. Bye bye. See you.
Thank you.